Hi everyone, it's Raquel Bourbon here, and today I'm here sharing a new layout for Hip Kit Club with you. The photo that I'm documenting is one of my little girl, and this was just a treat day or afternoon that we went out together. She'd had a lot of different sort of health tests that morning, and I wanted to treat her because she was such a superstar. So this layout will be documenting just what a good little girl she is basically, and how tough and strong she is. So I wanted to document that moment. And then what I have is I have one of Ashley's exclusive cut files. It's just, I actually cut the 8.5 by 11 sort of style one, and off camera I've just used the negative pieces from some of those hearts, and I've traced them and cut them out. And I've actually cut them out on one of the sort of 4x6-ish size cards from one of the crepe paper collections. I think it was the Cute Girl collection. So that had sort of that corally colour in it that was also in the Amy Tan collection. So I've gathered just some Amy Tan ephemera, and I hadn't really opened the ephemera yet, so I've gathered together some of the colours, and I've sort of, without not being completely intentional, have grabbed out sort of this green and corally colour to use. And I was thinking of putting my photo somewhere here and then doing some embellishing sort of to this side, and I'll sort of be able to do my whole triangle thing and keep my layout balanced, even though the cut file is quite busy. Even though it's white, it still busies up my background slightly. I've pulled out this paper here, which I thought that I'll either be able to use some of these smaller bits that have the same colour tones, or I might be able to bring in some of the other elements within here and add another pop of colour. I'm not sure yet. The reason that I chose these colours was to use this paper, but every time I've sort of arranged this paper on the layout, I haven't felt like it worked, or I was thinking of doing maybe a vertical line of this paper and then having the cut file next to it, something like that. And every time I've sort of placed it down, I just felt like it wasn't working. But I do want to do something with this paper and these papers to be exact, because I just love that colour palette that's there. So we'll see. It might be another layout that I create with these kits that I'll use it for. So this would also work as well, and it would bring in some other colours. So that's an idea. And then embellishment wise, I've got a few of these veneer pieces left. I don't know if I really want to add veneer to this mix, but I've grabbed them out anyway. I've got some of these clear stickers, which I'm loving, just to add that pop to the page. I've got these mirror stickers as well, which I haven't used yet, so it'd be nice to use them on the layout. Some of these elements in here have the same coral and green colours, so I'm hoping to be able to bring in either some of the smaller embellishments, even that larger heart would work. And then of course, because this collection is the one that I'm mainly using on this layout, lots of these stickers would work. That love you would look really nice. Some of these circular ones would work. So there's heaps there that I still haven't even, and I feel like I've used a lot of them, but yeah, there's still heaps left. So that's my thoughts so far, and I'll sort of speed you up and take you along with me, and we'll see where the layout takes us. Okay, so I begin just by preparing that acetate embellishment, and all I'm doing there is just peeling off the clear film that's over the top and getting my photo ready. So I print all of my photos, as I've mentioned before on my videos, on my Epson Picturemate, and it's just a 4x6 size, and then I print them with white borders because I like the effect that brings. And yeah, then just trim off the excess if the border's too thick or it's uneven. So I've just arranged my embellishments sort of roundabout where I want them. Nothing is adhered down. And then I've chosen that 4x6 card from the Oh Happy Life collection. And what I'm doing is I'm sort of piecing together a bit of a photo mat. Because my photo is sort of 4 inches across, it wasn't fitting perfectly within that card, so I decided to sort of chop it up a little bit and add sort of a photo corner to one edge using that card and then the other edge. And then what I do next is I grab one of the pattern papers from the collection and I cut the manufacturer strip off, and I use that just to fill in those small little gaps. Now I thought I was going to use that green piece, but I felt like it was just not going to work, so I add the manufacturer strip from that piece of paper and I just fill in that small little edge on the top and bottom corners of that photo mat, just so that it looks, if you look at the photo mat from far back, you would think it's just one piece of paper behind there, but it's actually a couple of pieces pieced together. Now this flower is cut from the cut apart sheet as well in that Amy Tan paper, and I just really love that floral design, and it's sort of got a corner placement in the way that it's designed, so I thought that that would be nice to sort of pop at the bottom of my photo there, which is where I'm sort of tucking that there. It does add a touch of that mustardy sort of colour, but I don't mind that. And but it still contains that sort of coral and mint colour that I was using. And then I fussy cut out that sketchy looking semicircle. And now what I'm doing is actually sort of creating my own ephemera, I guess. And I've done this before with rub-ons and things. Because they're clear stickers, you either need to stick them directly to your cardstock or the base of your page or wherever your photo or wherever you want them to go. But because I wanted to be able to manipulate them around, and because my cut file is dimensional and it's going to be adhered to the page with foam, I'm not able to just apply the stickers wherever I want. So I've stuck them onto some white cardstock. I always have some scrap cardstock close by, and then I'm just fussy cutting around them, as you can see there, and sitting to them to the right of my workspace. So lots of those smaller pieces are actually the clear stickers that I've cut out, backed and cut out. Now I'm just adhering those hearts that I've traced using that crepe paper pattern paper that I talked about at the beginning of the video. And now I'm painstakingly adding, and I cut this out because I really don't want you to have to watch it, foam adhesive to lots and lots of the sort of more solid pieces of that cut file. I've mentioned it a gazillion times before, but I do really love the white on white look, and I love adding foam adhesive behind a white cut file so that it brings and gives that shadow to the page. I just think it looks really nice, and it's probably just, I guess it's what I like, or the style of sort of what I like to do, I guess. So now I'm just embellishing. So I'm embellishing with some of those sort of ephemera pieces that I guess I've made from those stickers. So, and I've added a little photo corner to the bottom, and that's really just to direct your eyes back into the photo. And I've sort of clustered a bit of an arrangement there with some florals, some hearts, and then the larger word strips. I apologize, there is a super loud motorbike just going past, so if you heard that loud noise, that's what that was. It's 11:15 at night, and yeah, that was very loud, and my door is shut. So there you go. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just applying the ephemera pieces, and that little sweet things I thought was quite fitting because she's having a very, very sweet treat. It was like a pancake with chocolate topping and strawberries, and just very, very rich and a bit of a, definitely a treat food, a sometimes food, but she loved it and it was delicious for her and a nice little treat. So I'm applying some smaller embellishments now, and I really like finishing off clusters with smaller bits and pieces. And then I have my typewriter, which I'm typing my journaling on. My poor typewriter unfortunately encountered a little bit of a sad ending, and it wasn't typing as well as it could have been. So it was a bit of fate that a family member actually found one while cleaning up their house that was a perfect size and had the travel case, and yeah, I was just wrapped. So I got myself another one, and it's working beautifully. So I'm wrapped, because if you watch my videos, you'd know how much I love adding my typed journaling onto my pages and being able to tell my story. So this is the layout, and it's nearly finished now. Just a lot of ephemera pieces. I've sort of stuck to just a few colours on here, and I'm happy with it, how it turned out. I'll be back very, very soon with an unboxing of the, what month are we? September kits. So yeah, stay tuned for that, and I will see you all soon. Bye everyone.